Y'all, I had no idea that this was even possible. Invisalign does not have to be this continuous thing that if you decide to stop, you can never start up again. There's a span of time that if you decide you're not happy, you can start doing Invisalign again. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess and I make videos mostly about my Invisalign experience with some other types of videos sprinkled in here and there. So if that's something that you're interested in, feel free to stick around and subscribe. And also if you like cat content, I have 2 cats. You might see them in my videos every now and then. But today I'm going to be doing another Invisalign update. So in my last video, which was about a month ago, I asked for your all's input about what I should do, whether I should finish out Invisalign or whether I should keep going with a second set of refinements. So I've made my decision and I'm going to share all the details with you all today about what I'm going to do. But I did want to take time to just say thank you to everyone who left a comment and left your input. It really meant a lot to me and it was genuinely helpful when I was trying to decide what to do. So thank you for that. It means a lot. So here's what's happening. At my last dentist appointment, I shared with my dentist how I was kind of on the fence. Like my teeth had come so far and I was almost like 100% happy with them, but there were still some issues that I wasn't super happy with, like slight overlapping here and there, stuff like that. Basically everything I shared in my last video. And he did bring up the fact that like the more you get Invisalign trays, the more you watch your teeth shift, the more you might notice other things that you're not super happy with. And he's like, I have patients who have had Invisalign for over 2 years now and they keep getting trays because they keep finding things that they don't like about their teeth. And if you have the comprehensive Invisalign plan, then like you can do that. You get as many trays as you want and it doesn't cost any extra. So like, why not? And also at the end of the day, like there has to be a stopping point. You don't want to be in Invisalign for the rest of your life and you don't want to never be happy with your teeth or never accept the way your teeth look. Something else I brought up to my dentist was that I'm getting married in October and ideally I did not want to have to be in Invisalign for my wedding because of all the buttons that would be visible in pictures. And I'm also getting a veneer and I would have liked to had the veneer for my wedding day as well. So here's the solution that he came up with for me, which y'all, I had no idea that this was even possible. He said that I can stop Invisalign now. I can go ahead and get my veneer and I could get all of my buttons taken off and have my ideal smile for my wedding. And then after that, if I decide, okay, I still definitely want to fix these other issues, I can pick up Invisalign right where I left off. Basically, Invisalign does not have to be this continuous thing that if you decide to stop, you can never start up again. I think there is a window of time, like you couldn't do Invisalign and then 10 years later say, I want to keep going. But I think it's like a 3-year window or something like that. Don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure, but there's a span of time that if you decide you're not happy, you can start doing Invisalign again. So that is what I decided to do. In that appointment that I had a few weeks ago, I got all of my buttons taken off of my teeth. I still need to like whiten them and I don't have my veneer yet. Like there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be done. But it felt so good to have the buttons off my teeth because it had been like a year since I got them put on. So it felt so nice to run my tongue over smooth teeth. And then we also talked about my veneer. So for those of you who have been around for a while, you know that I'm getting a veneer over this tooth. My dentist did get some composite bonding to just kind of like show what the veneer might look like once it's on the tooth. And I loved the way it looked. And it kind of made me think, oh, it would be nice to have a matching one on this side. Y'all, I know I probably sound crazy right now, but I am strongly considering getting 2 veneers now. One for this tooth and one for that tooth, just to make them a little bit bigger and longer because that one is teeny tiny, but this one's also quite small as well. So I haven't decided for sure if I'm gonna do that or not. I have a couple weeks to decide. My next dentist appointment is on July 27th, and that's when the whole veneer process is actually gonna happen. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Part of me feels like it would be silly to like shave down a perfectly healthy tooth. I definitely feel that way. And I also feel like if I could be 100% like super happy with my smile, then it would be worth it. The last thing I wanted to talk about is I am getting composite bonding for one of my teeth, and It's this one here. So that little chipped tooth, I don't think it's super noticeable, but of course I notice it. So we are going to do composite bonding to fix that little chip. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel like this video was kind of all over the place, but the gist is I am finished with Invisalign for right now. In a couple weeks, I'm gonna go in to get either 1 or 2 veneers and get my little chipped tooth fixed. And then after my wedding happens, if I still decide that I want to keep going with Invisalign, I can keep going. I can get new impressions made and fix those little overlaps here and there that I'm still seeing without paying any extra. So that's the plan. The next video I make will be all about my veneer and that experience, and I will have whitened my teeth by then. I know they're looking pretty yellow after the Invisalign over the last year, and I'm a coffee drinker, so that didn't help, but I'm gonna get my teeth whitened and everything, so that'll make a big difference. But yeah, I'm just happy and excited, and I'm just so ready to see what my final smile is gonna look like. One last thing I almost forgot to mention is that in a few of my replies to some of your comments, I talked about how I wanted to get a second opinion from an orthodontist, because you all know that there have been some bumps along the way with my Invisalign experience, and I just kind of thought, you know, if I could get a second opinion from an orthodontist, they could like look at the things that I was concerned about. So I did go to an orthodontist and I got a second opinion, and essentially she advised that I just keep going with my current provider because I've already almost paid off my Invisalign. She did say that my bite is a little bit off on one side, and from my understanding that would take some pretty extensive orthodontic work to correct, and she said that a lot of the time adults don't even do that. It's usually children that get their bite corrected, and with adults it's just harder to correct those issues. So she's like, we could do that, but she didn't seem like it was really necessary or something that would be worth it. So yeah, basically she just advised that I stick with my current plan and keep going with the refinements until I'm 100% happy. She didn't think that there was any reason to switch to an orthodontist. So yeah, that's how that went. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit uncomfortable because I'm sitting on my knees, and I have been for the entirety of this video. And I also had to turn off my AC so that wouldn't be going during the video and interrupt the audio. So I'm really hot. I need to stop and turn the AC back on. So anyway, thank you all for making it to the end of this video, and I will see you in the next one.